Carson City in Hollywood, it's Card Sharks. Here's the host of Card Sharks, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. How nice of you. Welcome to Card Sharks, where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. And we have a very exciting time ahead, I'll promise you that. And to guarantee our players get a fair deal, I want you to meet our two lovely Card Shark dealers, and here they are. Good morning, ladies. Lacey Pemberton, Susanna Williams. And girls, if you would, please start dealing out the cards. Susanna will deal the red cards to our returning champion, while Lacey's going to deal the blue cards to our challenger. And we're picking up from where we left off yesterday, all right? And while they're doing that, let's meet our two Card Sharks right now. Here they come. All right, look. I want you to look at the smile on this young man's face. Chris, how much you win yesterday?
28 grand.
$28,000, huh? Oh, what an exciting time. The cards were really flying.
Oh, yeah, they were there for me.
They certainly were. Well, we're glad you're back today. You've won the first game of this match. You know, as you know that, you have to win 2 games in order to win the championship. This lady's going to try to keep it from happening, and welcome back, Laura.
Thank you. My name is Laura Lasky, and I'm, besides being a mother, I'm also a salesperson. I sell advertising on the back of book covers to businesses to support drug program in schools.
That's a wonderful program.
Yeah,
That's great. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Each of you, I know, cut the cards before we went on the air, and let's play this game right now. Now, you know, the object of our game is to work your way across the board by predicting whether each card will be higher or lower than the one preceding it. And we're right in the middle of our second game because our champion, Chris, won the first game. So, Chris, you have 2 cards to go in order to win this game, and Laura needs to do some catching up. And yesterday, when we left off, we were ready to play sudden death. We asked a maximum of 4 questions per game, so this would be our 4th and final question. Someone must win the game with this play of the cards, so control is very important to you. So let's get going right now. Chris, the question goes to you. We surveyed 100 millionaires, and we asked them, are you happy? How many millionaires said they are?
Well, I think there are a lot of millionaires that I mean, if I was a millionaire, I'd be happy. That's why I'm here.
You're pretty happy at 28,000, weren't you?
That's right. But I think there's a lot of millionaires that aren't happy, so...
How many out of 100?
How many are happy?
Yes.
I'd say it'll probably be a pretty decent high number. Probably say 67.
67 out of 100 millionaires. You said they're happy. Laura, will the actual number be higher or lower than that?
Well, if I was a millionaire, I would be very happy. I'm going to say it's a little higher.
A little higher than 67. If it is higher, you get the first shot at the cards. If not, then Chris will. The actual number of millionaires who are happy is 92. Why not? That's the way to be happy. All right, Laura, now you've got a decision to make. You can play your cards to the end by playing off your king right there, but if you make a mistake, Chris wins the game. Or you can pass it over to Chris, and he must play off the 6. If he goofs, you win the game. What do you want to do, play or pass?
You know, I've been watching Chris, and he has incredibly lucky cards, so this is really hard for me, but I think I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass it on to Chris. All right, Chris, it's up to you. You got to call high-low off the 6. If you win the game, you win the championship, and go on to play the money cards.
It's a tough one, but I'm going to go higher on this.
Higher than the 6. Here we go. It's a 7. You're in. What will it be? Higher or lower?
I'm going to go higher.
Higher than the 7. If it's higher than the 7, you win the game, the match, and play the money cards. The card is a 5. No. And that means that Laura wins the second game in this match. Congratulations to you, Laura. Big, deep breath there. All right. So each of you, you've won 1 game. You each have $100. The winner of the next game then wins the championship, goes on to play the big money cards, which means we must play a tiebreaker game. And Susanna's going to deal out cards from the same deck, only this time in the tiebreaker, we only deal out 3 cards with a maximum of 3 high-low questions. Best of luck to you. Here is the first of those 3 high-low questions, Laura. We surveyed 100 single women. We asked them, have you ever been some man's mistress? How many women said they have been some man's mistress?
Does mistress mean that he's married? Is that the...
Not necessarily. No, I think that...
is that just like
it
lover?
doesn't have to mean that the man is married, no.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been some man's mistress? Hello,
I
Laura.
think, yeah, I'm sorry. This is hard because I don't understand what mistress means, really. I think that 75 women out of 100 are probably some man's mistress.
75 women out of 100. All right.
I think it's got to be lower than that.
Chris, step up here. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, well, I mean...
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, Bob.
Well, Bob, yes. You think it's lower than 75?
Yeah, I
and his
think...
face is turning red again. It happens every time.
It's this inner knowledge I have.
I see. Well, let's find out. She says 75. He says it's lower. The actual number of single women who have been a mistress is 21. It was lower. And that means that, Chris, you have the shot. Here we go. Now, remember, you can change your base card because you won the high-low question. And the card is a 7.
I'm going to change that card.
Change that card right now. It now becomes a 7 again. You got to play. How quickly the cards turn, huh?
I'm going to go higher this time.
Higher than the 7? It is an 8.
I'm freeze there.
Freeze right there. Okay. He has an option to freeze right here, protect his position, and that way he keeps Laura away from the cards. And it's time for another high-low question. Remember, this is tiebreaker time, so only maximum of 3 questions. Chris, we surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, do you have a twin brother or sister? How many people have a twin?
Well, I think that it's probably going to be a fairly low number because most people don't have twins. I don't have a twin. Do you have a twin?
Don't get personal, okay?
So I would say it's probably going to be about 39.
39 out of 100 people said they have a twin. Laura, higher or lower?
You know, I think the percentages of twins are much lower than that. So I would say that less people.
Less than 39. All right, the actual number of people who have a twin is 3. Yes,
hey!
Considerably lower. Now, Laura, you need to do some catching up, and here's your card. It's a 5. Change it to play it. What are you going to do?
Change it.
Change that 5. The card now becomes a 5 again.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. It's a 9. Play to freeze. What are you going to do, Laura?
Lower.
She's going on. If the card is lower, she becomes our new champ. It's a 10. No. Goes right back to original base card of 5. And Chris, you get a free shot at the cards. If you win it, you win the championship. Got to play off the 8, Chris.
All right, I'm gonna go higher.
Higher than the 8 for the match and a chance to play for the big money cards. No, not higher than the 8. And there we are again. All right, sudden death time. You guys are just driving me crazy.
Me too.
All right, this is our last card, the last question of this game. Someone must win the game on this play of the cards, sudden death, just like last time. Good luck. And control is important. Laura, we surveyed 100 people. We asked them, should nude sunbathing be allowed on sections of public beaches? How many people said it should be allowed?
Well, you know, I think that even the people that don't want to nude sunbathe feel that people should have freedom of expression. I mean,
do you do that?
This is 1986, right?
Do you do that?
I don't do that, but I don't care if other people do that.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Do you do that?
No.
Well, then. So
No way.
So I think it's a little higher.
How many out of 100
say
said it should be allowed?
80.
80 out of 100 say it should be allowed. Chris, higher or
I
lower?
think it's got to be lower than that. People in America are very conservative. I think it's got to be lower. That shouldn't be not allowed on beach.
Actual number of people who said nude sunbathing should be allowed on public beaches is 36. You're right. It was lower. All right, Chris, now you can get rid of that 8 if you want to.
All right,
Excuse me, Chris. I'm sorry. It's sudden death time. My mistake. It's sudden death time. You got a big decision to make right now. You can play the cards through. You can change that base card and play the cards through, or you can pass it on to your opponent, and she must play off of her 5.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to change that card.
Okay, you're going to play. You're not going to pass it.
No.
And you're going to change the 8. All right. The 8 now becomes an 8.
All right, I'm going to go lower.
Our champ, here it is.
All
and
right.
you are the champ again. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Laura, you've got $100. We have some nice prizes for you. Thank you very much for being with us on Card Sharks. Bye-bye. Come here, Chris. Come right over here, my friend. The last time he did this, he won $28,000. We'll be back in just a moment to see what happens this time on Card Sharks. See you in a moment.
I was the whammy wrangler on Press Your Luck. I was in charge of keeping all the whammies under control until...
Stop it.
They were all fighting for screen time. But I grew to love them.
Cut.
When the show ended, they had no place to go, so I started the Home for Wayward Whammies. Now, we're asking for your support. Please, give generously. Please, help me.
If you can't give, at least watch Buzzer.
Welcome back to Card Sharks. Woo! She was a tough opponent, too.
That was tough. That was close.
Okay. The last time you were here, you won $28,000. And we're going to play the big money cards again right now. So the very best of luck to you, Susanna and Lacey, dealing out new cards from a brand new deck. And remember, the $200 you won in that game was just nothing compared to the $28,000, but it's still yours to keep no matter what happens. We're going to give you new money to bet with now. And we're going to start you on the bottom line with $200. You bet your way across by calling high and low. And then when you get to the next line, we're going to give you another $400 of betting money, and you bet your way across. Remember also that each bet, minimum bet, has to be $50, except when you get up to the top, and you have to bet half of your earnings at that time. Also, you'll have 3 opportunities to change any card you don't like, and Lacey's dealing out those 3 spare cards for you right now. So good luck to you, my friend. Let's go get them. Give him $200, please. All right, you got the $200. If the cards turn right, you could turn that $200 into $32,000. You've already got 28 of it. What the heck? Here we go. Your first card is a deuce.
All right,
You're on your
200
way.
higher.
200 higher. If it turns out to be a deuce, it's just a push, no win, no loss. And the card is an 8.
All right.
Are they working?
400 lower.
400 lower. The card's a 5. You got $800.
I'm going to go 600 higher.
600, that it's higher than the 5. It's a king. Yes. And now you've got $1,400. The king becomes your base up here. Give you another 400. That puts you to $1,800. You're playing off the king.
I'm going to go for it all lower.
For $3,600. If it's lower than the king, it's a 10.
All right.
Play it or change it. What do you want to do?
I'd like to change that card.
Which
I'd
one?
like to use number 2.
Card number 2. He's changing the 10, and the 10 now becomes a jack. A little bit better. $3,600.
Right, I'm going to keep that card, and I'm going to go 2,000 lower.
$2,000. Lower than the jack. Your card is a deuce.
All right.
You've got $5,600.
I'm going to go all of it higher.
All of it higher than the deuce. It's a queen.
All right.
You've now got $11,200. The queen becomes your base up here. You must bet at least
I'm going to keep that
$5,600.
card, and I'm going to bet it all lower.
All of it lower. Here we go. If it's lower than the queen, it's a 3! $22,400! Yeah!
I love America.
He loves America, yeah. All right, we'll add that $22,000 to your $28,000. I can't even add that high, but we will be back with Card Sharks to meet a new challenger right after this.
Oh, my God.
You're in.
All right. Champ, are you ready? Then let's meet a new challenger for our champion. Here she is. Hi, lovely lady. How are you?
Hi, Bob. I'm fine. My name is Lori Wallace, and I'm from Apple Valley, California. And I'm just so excited to be here.
You're out there with my friends Roy Rogers and Dale
Oh,
Evans.
you bet. They're nice people,
Nice
too.
people. Well,
nice
you got the
people.
cards I know backstage,
Yes,
all
I
right?
did.
And as you can see, Susanna is dealing out new cards from a brand new deck. So let's begin this match between you and that champ standing next to you, Chris.
my turn.
Good luck to the two of you. Here we go. Chris, the first high-low question in this match goes to you. We surveyed 100 third-grade girls, and we asked them, who would you rather meet, Ronald Reagan or Michael Jackson? How many third-grade girls would rather meet Michael Jackson?
Well, I think it's got to be a high number that, because, I mean, who wants to meet the president? I don't know. I want to meet the president.
You're getting cocky now, you know that. He wins $50,000, he starts getting an attitude. Have you noticed that, folks? What a
I think they're more into music at that age. They probably want to meet Michael Jackson. So I'd say probably about 79 want to meet Michael Jackson.
79 out of 100 third-grade girls would rather meet Michael Jackson. Lori, will it be higher or lower than
Well, I think it'll be just a hair lower. I've got a 5-year-old grandbaby that swears by Michael
that? I
Jackson.
think it might be
She
lower.
loves
All
him,
right,
but
the
just
actual
a
number
little
of
bit.
third-grade girls who would rather meet Michael Jackson is 61. It was
All
Lori.
right.
Lori, all right. And now, Lori, you're on your way. Welcome to our show. Here's your first card. Because you won the high-low question, you can change it, but why?
No, I don't want to change it.
No.
Oh,
Lower than the king. Your card is a 6. Now, you have a choice to make, Lori. You can freeze and protect your position or play it out, but if you goof, Chris gets a free shot.
I'd like to freeze.
Freeze on a 6. Good idea. That keeps Chris away from the cards. And we'll go right to our next question for you, Lori. Lori, we surveyed 100 married men. You married?
Yes, sir.
All right.
19 years tomorrow.
Congratulations. All right. We surveyed 100.
Thank you.
To the same guy?
Oh, you bet.
Well, all right. We surveyed 100 married men. We asked them, which would bother you more? If your wife left you for another man or for another woman?
Oh.
How many men said it would bother them more if their wife left them for another woman?
Well, I think that's got to be high. I mean, a man can compete with a man, but what can they, you know, I mean, with another woman, that's a lot of...
That's a lot of what?
Cut. I think it's still going to be high. I think it'll be around 82.
So 82 out of 100 men said it would bother them more if their wife left them for another woman. Okay, Chris.
I think it's going to be lower because, I mean, a woman, yes, you can't compete with. A man, it's more jealousy. A woman, you don't have jealousy for. I don't. I think it's going to be lower.
You see that attitude, folks? You have 50 grand. I don't have any attitude. You think it's going to be lower, huh? All right, Chris. The actual number of married men who said it would bother them more if their wife left them for another woman is 66. You're right, Chris. It was lower.
Okay.
Boy, that would be a real tough one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Chris, here we go. Your base card's a 4.
I'm going to keep that
Later
card. I'm
change
going to go higher.
Higher than the 4 he's going to play on. It's a 5. Player
go
freeze.
higher.
Higher he's going on. Your card is now an 8.
All right,
Now
I'm
what
going
are you
to freeze
do?
right there.
Freeze there. Okay, Chris. We'll freeze right there at the 8. Lori, that way, does not get a chance at the cards, and we'll pause for these words, and we'll be right back with the rest of this game on Card Shark right after this.
Welcome, everyone, to Press Your Luck, television's most competitive game.
Miss.com.
And if we ever need recently rich people, we will call Chris. Chris, in case you just now joined us, has won over $50,000 so far. How do you feel, pal?
Oh, I love America. I love
You've never been on a Russian game show, have you?
No.
All right.
I'll try
Here
them
we go
next.
again. Another high-low question. We're right in the middle of this game. And, Chris, this question is for you. We surveyed 100 psychiatrists, and we asked them, generally speaking, do you believe in love at first sight? How many psychiatrists said they do believe in love at first sight?
Well, maybe lust at first sight, but love's a different story.
What's the difference? Never mind. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
So I think it'll be a little low because I mean, love at first sight, it doesn't happen very rarely. I mean, it's very rare that you meet someone you even like.
Has it ever happened to you? I mean, you see a girl. I'm in
Love at
with that
first
girl.
sight, lust at first sight. Not
Here we go
love
again.
No.
How many out of
Love
100?
at first sight it's never happened to me. So I think it'll probably be about 38.
So you think 38 psychiatrists out of 100 said they do believe in love at first sight. Yeah. Lori, will the number be higher or lower than 38?
Do you mean the love at first sight with their patients, or?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, love at first sight, that's
Higher or lower than 38?
higher, lower.
You think it's going to be lower than
I'm thinking
38?
it's
The
gonna
actual
be
number of
lower.
psychiatrists who believe in love at first sight is 43. Not lower, it was higher. Chris, you're in the game. All right, Chris, there's your 8.
Change that card?
Sure. The 8 now becomes a 6.
All right, we got a lot of low cards there. I'd like to go higher.
Higher than the 6, it is a 4. No, not higher. And now Lori gets a free shot. Lori, you got to play off the 6 because you didn't win the high-low question.
I'll go higher.
Higher than the 6? Your card is an ace.
Oh,
Yes.
all right, lower.
Lower than the ace. Here we go. It's a 2.
All right, higher.
Higher for the game. Yeah, it's a queen. And Lori wins game number 1. Congratulations to you. You win the first game, win 2 games, you win the championship. We'll be right back in just a moment with the rest of this match. See you in a minute.
Do you?
This morning when you woke up, how much money did you have in the bank, approximately?
Oh, I guess about 2,000.
And how much money do you have now?
About 52,000.
That's 52,000 because he's won over $50,000 in our show so far. And we're going to have to pause now and come back next time. When we do come back, though, Lori, you won the first game of the match, and Chris is going to try to tie it up, and we'll see what happens. We hope you'll join us then. It's going to be fun. I'm Bob Eubanks for Lacey, Susanna, and Gene saying thanks for watching Card Sharks. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Some of our departing contestants will receive Capture Your Best Memories with a Polaroid. The Sun 600 comes with carrying case and coupon for free film. And a cookbook and new Italian herb shake and bake coating mix, Parmesan cheese and great seasoning. Make it a delicious new recipe for crispy chicken Italian style. And a calendar clock and Sinarest for 3-way relief. Used as directed, it relieves headache, pain, sinus pressure, nasal congestion. 3-way relief Sinarest. And a calculator and Armour lower salt bacon. Enjoy sliced bacon with 1/3 less salt. Same great taste, but lower salt. Another innovative product from Armour. And a member of our studio audience will receive Sierra's Cricket on the Hearth, an insert tested in major zero clearance fireplaces or installed freestanding, closer to combustibles than many wood stoves from Sierra. This is Gene Wood speaking for Cart Charts, a Mark Goodson television production.